something to me that they don't even know who I am or my name. And this is a public building.
Sure.
I didn't commit a crime or
them,
anything.
Right? I don't know.
But just out of curiosity,
What's that?
if you took an oath to uphold people's rights, it would almost be, in my eyes, that you would be standing here next to me letting them know, hey, I've taken an oath to the Constitution and these guys are just exercising their rights. I'm here to defend those rights for these gentlemen that are here peaceably assembling.
I don't know you, and I don't know her.
Sure.
But I'm because you say that doesn't mean I have to do what you're telling me to do.
No, I'm not.
So that's why we have to do a police investigation.
Gotcha.
So we have to talk to them. Mm-hmm. We'll talk to you.
But
right?
I mean, is that something that you would be willing to do if you found out somebody was just
No, I don't have to do what you say.
I'm not saying that you have to do what I say. I'm just asking you, is that something that you would do to honor your oath, to stand besides the people and protect their
I'm just
rights?
Here to do a police investigation. That's
Really?
It. Yep. That's it.
You're not there to uphold
nope,
rights?
I'm not here to answer your questions. I'm here to do a police investigation.
Interesting.
Okay.
Fair enough.
So what's the investigation about? About serving papers?
Trespassing.
We were never.
Okay, we're going to figure that out.
Okay.
So let's do that first. That's why it's called a police investigation. We get to talk to them. We'll talk to you.
No problem. Thank you, man.
Out of curiosity and trespassing.
Alright folks, buckle up. Today we're diving into a tense courtroom-style showdown that starts before anyone even hits the courtroom. Right from the jump, you see someone asking, is that something you would do to honor your oath? And immediately, the tension is palpable. On one side, law enforcement claiming they're conducting a police investigation, and on the other, a citizen questioning authority and asserting their rights. This is a classic clash of power, protocol, and personal freedoms. Stick around, because by the end of this, you'll see rights challenged, rules bent, and some eyebrow-raising interpretations of the law that you absolutely...
What are the reasons that they could trespass somebody from a public space?
Without committing...
I mean, if you're here doing the investigation, you should be able to, you know, because it's different than...
Well, they can say it to you verbally.
But if you're not creating a disturbance, how is that on
in a public building? In a public building.
That's their choice. Well, hold on. If you want me to explain, you can't interrupt.
I didn't say
right?
anything.
So it's their choice, not my choice. Okay, so a representative from there can say you can be trespassed from this property, and or they can serve you a order of protection.
Well, they can't trespass you from a public space.
Why?
Because we weren't doing anything.
We didn't commit a crime.
It doesn't matter. Just because you don't commit a crime or anything doesn't mean I can't trespass you or they
Absolutely.
Can't
so if I go in there and blow my nose...
you tell me in the law where it says that.
You tell me where...
No. You're asking me. You tell me in the law where it says that.
It doesn't say that anywhere. That you can trespass somebody from a public space.
Show me.
Well, no need to get aggressive.
I'm not getting aggressive. I'm saying show me.
No, what I'm saying is you can't trespass somebody from a public space unless they're creating a disturbance.
Why?
It's a public.
Because
it's public.
a public space and it's open to the people. Everybody to share the library equally.
But I'm asking you, why can't you do that?
Because they have no right to. They don't have the authority.
So you're telling me that a person that works at this facility,
this public facility,
it's public,
it's a public
though.
facility, that doesn't mean you can't be trespassed.
Well, no, if you created a disturbance,
sure,
or you were making noise.
You don't have to create a disturbance to be trespassed.
From a public space, you do.
You do not.
Absolutely.
You don't.
Why would you say that?
Why would I say that? Because it doesn't say it in the law.
That would mean that the cops could just come rip out people that they didn't like, or somebody said,
I
don't like...
If somebody says from that facility that they don't want you in there, for any reason, they can do that.
So if I was wearing a green shirt and they said, I don't like the guy wearing a green shirt, I want you to trespass him?
If that's the reason why, we could ask you civilly, we could ask you and say, hey...
But you think that...
Interesting. Notice how the officer says, you don't know why you were called over here, and yet continues asserting authority. This is a key moment because it showcases the often gray area between citizen rights and enforcement discretion. The dialogue highlights conflicting interpretations. The citizen is peacefully present, doing nothing illegal, and yet is being treated as if they are a threat. Questions start piling up. Shouldn't public spaces be public? And the repeated referencing of an oath underscores a moral and legal tug-of-war that's...
It would be appropriate to, if they said, we don't like this guy wearing a green shirt, we want him trespassed. You would come in and
matter what I believe in.
Well, you're saying, well, you're the one,
what I'm saying,
you're the one enforcing the laws, so that's what I'm saying.
But it doesn't matter what I believe in or my opinion. It matters to when someone calls. No, stop. It matters what they say and they ask. So if someone calls 911 and says, hey, we have a guy here trespassing on the property, it doesn't matter what color shirt.
Yeah, but there's no trespassing in a public space.
That's why we have to do an investigation, right?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
So are you going to allow us to do the investigation so we can tell you whether or not you've been trespassed or not?
Well, I haven't stopped you from doing anything.
Okay. But you're asking lots of questions that I don't really have answers to.
Gotcha.
Other than if someone calls and says, hey, these guys are trespassing on the property, that doesn't mean you are.
Sure.
Right?
Well,
It doesn't mean that you are.
Well, that's what I was trying to get out. That it's
all it
just
means
because
is
they
that
call.
we have to come and say, hey, who are you? Who are you? Can we find out if they are trespassed? So we have to do due diligence and say, okay, do we have documentation in the computer to show that you're trespassed, right? Or do they have documentation showing that they have a piece of paper saying that you've been trespassed? If that's what we can do, we can do. If we can establish that, we can. But if we can't, then obviously you guys wouldn't be trespassed. And you guys, but they would be asking you to leave.
Yeah, they
Which they can legally do.
just try to give me some. Yeah.
Sir, listen to me. Just because you think that you're not creating disturbance doesn't mean that they can't trespass your grass you to leave.
From a public space.
Absolutely.
We were just filming peacefully, man.
I want you to tell me where in the law it says that.
It's the law, sir.
It's the law.
You
The
just
law-
can't pull it
the
up
law
right
doesn't
now.
say
But we
even
knew.
if you
But here's the thing. You can say, and I can say, that you can say the law says that. But if you don't show me, if you don't tell me, because what I am telling you is that a judge, a magistrate, supreme person of the land and the law can say, I'm going to trespass this person by writing. They can do that, right?
No, from a
Why?
court. From a
No,
court.
no, well, that from a court order.
Not, not anywhere.
Why?
Because it's a public space. That would be
Well,
what I was going to say. Is
hold on now.
so
It's
if I
public.
went down to the police station,
Hold on now.
and I'm standing there in the police station out front, and I'm filming. Any one of your police officers can't come out and just say, "Hey, you're trespassing."
Well, I don't even need to talk to you, right?
Well, you're right, but that's what I'm saying is you don't have the authority to do that because it's a public space and it's open for anyone to the public to attend and go to.
Close attention, this is where the clash over trespassing laws explodes. Our citizen challenges the officer, pointing out there's no law preventing him from being in a public space. The officer counters, but notice the subtle power play, it's not about law, it's about who has authority in the moment. These moments are gold for understanding tension in public spaces, because they reveal how policy, perception, and legal interpretation collide. If you were in this situation, what would you do? Would you push back or comply? Let us know in the comments.
So it sounds like, and I don't even have any of the details because the only people I've talked to are you guys. Sure. Right? I don't know your guys' names. You know mine, but I don't know yours. I'm not going to ask you because you need to.
My name's Mark.
Not yet, right?
Well, you can't ask me for. Well, you can, but I don't have
I
to
can
give
ask you
it
your
to
name, but you don't have to give it to me.
Yeah.
I,
Well,
I know
mine is Mark.
that.
It's fair
That's
enough.
fine.
I
I'm
mean,
John. That's fine.
I'm not
We're not trying to arrest anybody. We're just having an investigation.
Cool.
That's all we're trying to do.
Appreciate it, man.
And if they've established that they've got paperwork, sure, by all means.
But how are they gonna have paperwork to? I've never been here before. This is the first time
I
I'm
don't
coming
know.
here.
Well, listen,
I'm letting
I don't
you
know
know.
who you are.
I just come in here the first time.
Sure.
And they're gonna just serve me with a trespass paper?
Well, the only
They
thing
can't
that I
do
know
that.
is what they said, and they said that you've been to other libraries.
Yeah, just
which means that you can be trespassed from all public libraries in the city of Tucson.
for
You would
film.
have to be notified
Yeah.
by
law
writing.
enforcement.
By writing.
You guys gotta give me
by
a warning
writing,
first.
By a magistrate, by us, or by somebody that from the court saying that he's got
Yeah, but not this lady can't say I'm
But he
serving
can't.
you.
He can't.
Yeah.
They can't.
Yeah.
Okay, that's,
Yeah,
that
no,
seems
you're
a
right
little
about
bit-
that.
Listen, but
Yeah,
one more
yeah.
question for filming in a public building.
So
How
I
are you
don't
gonna
know.
get trespassed from there?
And then I talked.
I don't know.
Here's where the drama peaks. The citizen points out that cops could just come rip out people they didn't like. That line hits hard because it exposes the hypocrisy in arbitrary enforcement. It's a stark reminder that law enforcement power must be checked by actual law, not personal preference. This is the moment when viewers start questioning procedural fairness and accountability. And just look at the officer's responses, careful, measured, and refusing to concede, yet the citizen systematically points out logical inconsistencies. You can feel the tension building in real time, and it's fascinating to
First Amendment right, you know that.
Oh, I know that.
Freedom
I'm
of the
not saying
press.
you can't
I come
film in
peacefully
there.
here,
I
man.
don't know. I'm just saying
Well-
what they say. That's not what I say. It's not my opinion. It's
Well, and I talked to her. I said, "What happens if I sit in my car and I have my dash cam running?" She said that I'm.
She says we can't film out here
if they
either.
have a policy in place, which they might have a policy, I'd have to ask. I mean,
We got it right here. Do you want to see it?
Yeah, bro, and it's
And
not. It's
actually
not.
gives us an opportunity
Yeah,
to talk to you.
and it's not. And this don't really trump the Constitution. On top of that, you know, it's just a code of conduct.
Well, I think it's just.
It's where's it at? Show.
Where does it show that?
I'm
So here's where it talks
This is what
about
they're
that you
saying?
can't. Well, that's what they're saying. You can't film other
harassing,
people in
stalking,
there.
library staff, volunteers.
Sure.
Filming or photographing any visitor without asking. Well, yeah, I mean, if they have a policy for it, then they can enforce the policy.
Yeah, but
Well,
man,
what
this-
I'm saying is what
this is
this
public,
leads
though.
into, because right here it says without asking that visitor's permission. So that means that I now can engage every customer.
if you want to.
And you know what I'm, but that's even a little bit more of a disturbance when people
Well,
are just
kind
sitting back. You know what I'm saying?
Well, sure, yeah.
And so as anybody's walked out here, we told them we were filming the world as it happens. Do they mind? They say no. So now you're actually forcing people to engage with the other patrons by having this code of conduct. You know what I mean?
All I'm saying is that sounds like that's what their policy is.
Yeah, and then this one here, I don't know if you've looked at
This is they try to
Forward to the library policy discussion. Now we're in the territory where internal rules meet constitutional rights. Our citizen brings up the First Amendment and freedom of the press, and the officer acknowledges policies exist but stresses they don't override legal rights. This is a perfect example of the friction between policy enforcement and fundamental freedoms. It's subtle, but critical. It's not just about following rules, it's about understanding which rules hold legal weight and which are merely guidelines. And let's be honest, this is where most viewers start to really lean in, because everyone wants to know.
show me this in other libraries.
So
this code of conduct.
Is ARS, but basically that's for a dissemination of information.
Yeah, it's
that's
not
information that they're
from them.
Yes,
that they're in charge of, not anything to do with us. But they keep trying to throw that, and that's how they tried to kick them out, saying that this is an ARS statute that says
It might
that you
be.
can't
I haven't read this before.
Well,
I've never enforced this before.
It's almost like if we went into a health department and they said, "Oh, you're violating HIPAA." Sure. It's actually them on their onus to keep
And you're talking
that
about
information
like
secret.
personal information that they
Yeah, and that's what it says right there. Is people's we're not getting any records. We're not getting any records of
they said that we can't film the
It
people.
sounds-
That's
it
what they're
sounds
saying.
like-
The people.
Yeah, and if that's part of their policy, I mean, they could ask you to leave.
Yeah,
right?
but that doesn't trump my rights. That's the main
And
thing.
that's what
though.
we were talking about. You
That doesn't
coming
trump
here
my rights,
and
man.
fighting for our rights and saying, "Hey,
Well, I'm
these
not
guys
saying
are-"
that I won't, but
Sure.
remember, I still have a job to do.
Absolutely.
Just like I'm an American citizen, just like you are. If I was not in this uniform, obviously I could have my own opinion.
Sure.
I could have my own things that I want to do. And just because you ask me questions or want me to uphold something that you're asking me to do, doesn't necessarily mean I have to stand next to you. I'm not saying that I won't. I'm just saying that's my choice.
That
right?
was a figure of speech, but it's more like when the cops come, they're like on other people's side.
You see me standing
No,
there
you're
talking
neutral.
to
No,
anybody?
you're-
You see what I
you've
mean?
been-
I'm just
you've been
standing here
neutral, and
talking
it's
to you
cool.
guys.
Yeah, for sure.
That's it. We're just here to do this. It's
Yeah.
not a big deal.
Yeah.
We obviously have a job to do. Let me check in with him.
Yeah, see what's up, man. We kind of got to go, but I want his name.
Escalates even further. The officer mentions arrest in response to refusing to show ID. This is classic high-stakes procedural drama. The citizen insists on their right to leave peacefully, yet the legal leverage of potential arrest looms large. Moments like this are why these videos captivate audiences. The interplay between authority and individual rights becomes tangible, visceral. The stakes are no longer theoretical, they're real. This is where viewers start questioning, what would I do if confronted like this in a public space?
On trespassing, you need to say, "Hey, you're
Based on my
trespassing."
investigation, you had plenty of opportunity to leave. You didn't. You're still on.
Nobody
library
asked me.
property.
Nobody asked me to leave.
Okay. So here's the thing.
Like I
Hey,
said,
I'm conducting an investigation.
I told you
criminal
under
investigation.
threat of arrest. I'll give you my ID. It's in the car.
Keep talking over me. Okay. I'm conducting a criminal investigation. I'm a peace officer in the state of Arizona.
Sure.
You're required by law to give me your first and last name, your date of birth. Okay. Identify yourself. Same as you. Same as her. Once I do
Did
that,
I commit a crime though?
trespassing.
Trespass. You got to give us a warning though.
You have to give a warning. I haven't even.
Okay.
Under threat of arrest, I'll give you my ID.
I just.